Let's get into the details of Lagrange Point. I think it had everything we've come to know and love about Star Trek Discovery. Star Trek Discovery has always been about the high action, and the high action is here in spades. So Saru is back to Federation/Starfleet headquarters. Now he's going to immediately turn around and leave and go and try to negotiate with the Primarch Tahal, which we find out is on their way to catch up to Ryu's Dreadnought ship to take it over and take over their forces and possibly even take over the Progenitor tech. So Saru is going to go on with a pathway drive prototype in order to start negotiations. I hope Saru survives this. This kind of sounds like a swirly mission that they sent him on. Of course, we had some great moments between Saru and Tarina. It seems like maybe Tarina does not want him to go, of course, because they're in a relationship. They're expecting this big wedding coming up, but they work it out as two logical individuals should. So I think that was great in the episode. The Lagrange Point, again, we should have saw this coming a mile away. I'm just waiting for people to take that scene and kind of Photoshop something else in there. Like, I don't know, a Big Mac or something. I think there's going to be some memes that come up with this whole Lagrange Point thing. So this is the last piece of the puzzle. We get there. Moll's crew, which again, I am a little swirly about her being able to all of a sudden lead the Breen ship, to lead Ryum's ship, his Dreadnought, and all the people there. Now, of course, the Scion Locke is her husband, so maybe she does have some right there, but it does seem a little weird that they're so willing to be behind her, and that could be because she is doing things by protocol, by the rituals that the Breen are used to, and not kind of going off on a mustache twirly tangent. Be that as it may, the Dreadnought comes, takes this advice that we see within the Lagrange Point, and our Discovery crew is cloaked and close by, have to go on a mission to infiltrate the Breen Dreadnought. This part of the story leads us to this whole Ocean's 11 / Army of Thieves scenario, to where we have to go and infiltrate the Breen ship. Reminded me a little bit of Luke, Han, and Chewie when they go into the Death Star. But yeah, I found all of that fun. From the execution of how they show the plan, to getting in there, to being in the costumes, being in the mask, and some of the quirky moments they have within that, until the ultimate showdown where Burnham makes a decision to follow Moll within the device, which they have said is an extra dimensional portal of some type. I wonder if it's a time travel thing, and of course we'll see that in the next episode, but I'm wondering if it's a time travel thing. Does it take you back to see the progenitors in their heyday on their home world, wherever that may be? But yeah, there were so many great fun moments in this episode. Again, from the mask to getting the Iron Man-esque helmet cam view of each of the characters. Adira going on a away mission. Reese going on the away mission. It was fun to see Reese get into the thick of it and even kind of be sort of like a bit of a mentor to Adira, to them as they go onto the Breen ship. I think all of that was good fun. And we even kind of circled back to the whole thing of Stamets and Culber kind of being a surrogate parent to Adira. And we even in this episode explore the Book and Burn relationship a bit more, albeit at a very inopportune time when they're on the Breen ship. You know, pull me aside and talk about this relationship, I think is the worst thing you can possibly do. I like that they're, through all these trials, the tribulations of this season, are coming back together. And to me, it makes their relationship stronger, you know, through trial. Tribulation comes understanding, I guess. There's even a fun moment between them, a very cliche moment where they go to the guards standing at the door and they fake an argument and then eventually knock the guards out. Very cliche. We've seen that done many, many times. Even a great moment with Book where he has to kind of hit on one of the guards in order to distract the guard, while Burnham tries to hack into the shielding around the last piece of the Progenitor tech. Now, back on the ship, great moment with the writing in this show is, I don't know if it's really cheese or it's just good writing, but they catch me with it every time because they really set up Raynar not wanting to sit in the captain's chair. Now, we know at the beginning of the season, Raynar had his fall from grace, being the gruff, no holds barred, do it my way captain, was demoted to commander on Discovery, and he's just not wanted to sit in his chair, and everybody on the bridge notices it. It makes them nervous. Great moment where he finally, by the end of this episode, sits in that chair. He's on a bridge calling everybody's names out. And it's just a testament to how much he has grown from the beginning of this season to now. It makes me sad because I really want to see a continued show with Raynor as number one. It's so great because we know that he has all the skill and fortitude of a captain. So it doesn't bother us as much when Burnham is on these away missions and he's in charge. It's actually cool when he's in charge because, he just portrays that sternness that we love from our captain. So it was cool to see Raynor finally sit in the chair at the end of this episode. Other takeaways from this episode, the things I really didn't love is, and they had to do it, but the things I really didn't love is how Moll is all of a sudden in charge of everything aboard the Breen ship. Seems a little weird, but again, this was the next scion of the Breen Empire, so I guess there is a lot of validity in her being the wife of Locke, and she puts Locke in the transport buffer as she enters into this progenitor device. It's almost guaranteed we're going to see Locke again. And, I just don't know how it's going to end. Where is this progenitor tech taking us? Again, to me, it was a very fun episode. Great action moments. Again, I'll say it. I've been saying this in every one of our reviews, which you can join us live on Mondays at 8 p.m. Central Time. The money's on the screen. The money is on the screen. And if you want high budget, movie-esque Star Trek, I think this is it. I think the story was really well written in this episode as well. Was it cliche to infiltrate the Breen ship? It absolutely was. Was it fun? It absolutely was fun. And, just to see our heroes in this rather lighthearted, fun adventure, I think was really good. And that they're connected at this point. Raynor is able to read Burnham's messages that she sends that even Tilly doesn't even quite know what's going on. And just to see Reese and Adira on the Breen ship having fun in the thick of it, I think was really good. Again, I don't know where Detmer and Oo are, but hopefully they're somewhere doing something good, and hopefully we see them in the finale. Saru is back. We'll see him with Tahal somewhere in the next episode trying to negotiate. And of course, there's going to be an ultimate showdown. What are your thoughts on the finale? Throw your predictions in the chat. What other takeaways did you have from this episode? Make sure you join us live Mondays at 8 p.m. Central Time. And until next time.
What the hell is that?